One. Okay, so let's have the next lesson. Okay, so we have your transmission line models. So for your transmission line model, so tatlo lang po ang pwede nating ihalin tulad sa isang transmission line or magiging circuit equivalent ng transmission line. Okay, so we have the short transmission line, or this is STL, and yung length ng transmission line natin dito, it will not exceed to 50 miles. Okay, kapag naman po medium transmission line, so that is more than 51 but less than 150 miles. Okay? But for the long transmission line, so that is more than 150 miles. So kalimitan, ang meron lang sa board exam is yung short transmission line. Mga ilan-ilan lang yung medium at saka long. Okay? So kaya medyo magpo-focus tayo dito sa short transmission line. And ano naman po yung ano natin dito? Circuit equivalent ng short transmission line model. Okay? So we have your RL circuit. So series impedance natin dito is your RL circuit. Okay? So take note po, yung parts ng transmission line natin is we have a sending end. Okay? So this is the sending end. Ito yung nagsasend ng power. Okay? We have also your receiving end. And yung ating transmission line lang dito is etong in between the sending end and the receiving end. So ito lang yung transmission line. So that is an RL circuit for short transmission line model. Okay? So how about naman yung medium transmission line? Okay? So how about the medium? So there are two kinds of medium transmission line. So depende kung saan mo siya imo-model. So kung siya ba ay T or nominal T or nominal pi. Okay? Sir, bakit nominal T? Okay? It resembles the letter T. Okay? Yung letter T natin dito. Okay? So, yung transmission line natin is ito. Yung portion na to, yung naka-highlight ng yellow. Okay? Ayan. So, meron pa rin siyang sending end. So, ito, sending end and your receiving end. Okay? But in between those two is the transmission line for medium. Transmission line that is in nominal T. Okay? So, ano naman po dito yung mangyayari sa ating impedance? So, take note lang po, ang mangyayari po dyan is mahati siya into two. Then, it will be divided by our shunt admittance. And yung shunt admittance natin dito, so this will be your shunt capacitor. Okay, shunt capacitor. Okay? So, we have also your nominal pi. Okay? So, ang mangyayari naman dito is that it will resembles the Greek letter pi. Okay? So, ito siya. Okay? So, Greek letter pi. So, take note lang po, ang maghahati dito is yung shunt admittance natin or yung capacitance. Okay? So, always pong nakakonekta in parallel or nakashunt yung ating capacitor. Ang magsiseries lang dito is yung ating R at saka L. Okay? So, sa dalawang transmission line model natin. So, yung series impedance natin dito is your R then L. Okay? So, series RL. Pati rin dito, no? Series RL. Okay? So, pero take note lang po dito, maghahati yung shunt capacitance natin dito. Okay? So, dito medyo komplikado ang pagkuha ng mga parameters kasi nga medyo marami-rami yung serkito natin. Okay? So, sige, let's move on to number 12. So we have a 250 kilometer transmission line. So 250 kilometers. So this is under long transmission line. So has the following parameters: resistance per kilometer. So R per kilometer is equal to 0.05 ohms. Capacitive reactance, so yung ating XC per kilometer, that is equal to 625,000 ohms. And your inductive reactance per kilometer or XL per kilometer dito is 0.2 ohms. So what is now the series impedance? So when we say series impedance ulit, so kakasabi lang nga natin dyan, this is now your RL circuit. Okay? So yung ating series impedance is equal to Z, or that is equal to R plus J XL. Okay? Ayan. So therefore, here, so this will become 0.05 plus J, 0.2, this is ohm, pero naka per kilometer. Okay? So anong gagawin lang natin dito? I-multiply natin sa length niya. So yung length niya is 250 kilometers. So therefore, Z now is equal to 250 kilometers multiplied by the quantity 0.05 plus J point 2. This is ohm per kilometer. Okay? So therefore, this is now equal to, so node 2 tayo. So 250 multiplied by 0.05 plus 0.2i. So therefore, this is now equal to 12.5 plus J50. So this is now equal to 12.5 plus J50 ohms. And this is now equal to letter C. Okay, now, next tayo. Number 13, the capacitive reactance for a 40 kilometer, so length is 40 kilometer. So yung voltage natin line to line is 34.5 kV. And yung ating XC now, here is 90,000, and this is ohm kilometer. So now the question is this: what is the total capacitive reactance or yung ating XC of the line? Okay? Ngayon, ang unit niya dito, as you can see, naka-ohms lang siya. So by unit analysis, so para mawala yung ating kilometer dito, anong gagawin lang natin? So we need to divide this by the length. So therefore, XC now is equal to 90,000 ohm kilometer divided by the length. So which is 40 kilometer. So therefore, this is now equal to 2,250. And this is in ohms. So therefore, this is letter A. Okay, so next, number 14 na tayo. We have your short transmission line. So, pero bago yan, so I'll just discuss this further. Okay, yung short transmission line natin. So, take note po, as you can see in the figure, that yung ating ano dito, circuito dito is naka-series lang. Series yung voltage, series yung ating resistance, at saka yung reactance natin, and nakaseries lang rin yan sa receiving end. So, simple lang yung ating circuito dito. So, kung kukunin man natin yung ating sending end voltage, okay, in phasor form, that is now equal to what? Vs per phase is equal to Vt per phase plus I per phase times Z per phase. So, ito po yung ating, ano natin dito, working equation. So, wherein yung Vs natin, so this is your sending end voltage per phase. How about this? So this is your receiving end voltage per phase. Okay, how about yung ating ano dito, kuryente? So this is your I per phase. And take note po, yung I per phase natin dito, so this is now equal to your, okay, yung ating IR per phase, and this is equal to IS per phase. Wherein itong dalawang to, this is your receiving end and sending end current. So IR is receiving end current. Same as true with your IS per phase. So this is your sending end current. And since they are connected in series, parehas lang sila. Okay? Ayan. So sige, try natin magsagot dito ng mga problems. So involving transmission lines. Okay? So a 30 mile, so yung ating length is 30 mile, three-phase transmission line with a power factor of 0.85, so PF is 0.85, is expected to transmit to 20,000 kilowatts at 69 kV. So take note po dito. Doon daw tayo sa load natin, magta-transmit daw tayo ng 20,000 kilowatts. So meaning nasa load yan. So output power is 20,000 kilowatts. So nasa receiving end. Okay? So, 20,000 kilowatts. And yung voltage natin dito, rated voltage, so meaning this is line to line. Okay? Line to line. Kapag walang sinabing ano, no? Per phase. Matik yan, line to line. So, this is 69 kV. So, inductive reactance is, so yung ating XL per phase is equal to um, 0.737 ohm per mile. And yung ating line resistance, so R per phase is equal to 0.324 ohm per mile. So calculate the line loss of the line. Okay, take note po, when we say line loss of the line, so it pertains to the power dissipated by your resistor. So power dissipated by the resistor. Okay, yung resistive part lang ang ano dito, pinag-uusapan kapag line loss. Okay? So, paano natin makukuha yan? So, what is your line loss? So, this is due to your resistor. P loss natin is equal to, okay, total natin. So, since this is three-phase, so that is 3 times I per phase squared times R per phase. Okay? So, since wala pa tayong hyperface dito, kunin na lang natin to saan? Sa power. Okay? Kunin natin sa power dito. Kasi nga, ito yung magdidictate kung ilang kuryente yung huhugutin niya sa linya. Okay? Ayan. So, therefore, P loss now is equal to 3 multiplied by I. So, dito natin kukunin yan. Take note po, output power is square root of 3 multiplied by your line-to-line voltage multiplied by your power factor. So this is now power. So 20,000 kilo over square root of 3 times 69 kV times power factor 0.85. This is the quantity squared multiplied by R per phase. So this is now 0.324. This is ohm per mile. But since naka per mile ka pa dito, anong gagawin lang natin? I-multiply lang natin siya sa length para makuha na natin yung total watts natin dito. So times ilang miles to? So 30 miles. So therefore, magka-cancel to at saka to. So what's now your P loss? Equal to. So this is now 3 multiplied by 20,000 kilo over square root of 3 multiplied by 69 kilo times 0.85. The quantity squared times 0.324 times 30. So therefore, this is now equal to, okay, 1, wait lang. So that is equal to 1.130. So 1.130 times 10 raised to 6 watts. Okay? Pero in kilowatts, so gamitin na lang natin yung shift eng dito, no? Shift eng. Okay, hindi shift eng. So press natin na lang yung eng para maging times 10 raised to 3. Ayan. So para maging kilowatts. So this is now equal to 1,130 kilowatts. Okay, kasi kapag prines pala natin yung shift eng, ano no, times 10 raised to 9. So, yung eng na lang. So, that is letter D. Okay, next na tayo. Number 15. So, a transmission line with an impedance Z that is equal to 0.1 plus J 0.2 ohms is used to deliver a load. Now, the load is capacitive and the load voltage is, so yung VR natin dito is equal to 240 plus J0 ohms. Okay? Or 0 volts, I should say. Volts RMS at 60 Hertz. So if the load requires 15 kilowatt, so yung P load natin is 15 kilowatt. And the real power loss in the line, so P loss natin is equal to 660 watts. So find the input voltage of the line. So meaning ito yung sending end voltage. So take note po, walang sinabi ditong three-phase. So we will assume this to be single phase. Okay? So assuming that this is single phase, so therefore, paano natin makukuha yung ating Vs? So Vs in phasor form is equal to Vr plus I times yung ating Z. Pero ang problema natin dito is wala tayong I. So saan natin kukunin yung I? Take note po dito, meron tayong power, pero wala tayong power factor. Okay? So how about sa pilos na lang natin kunin? Pwede rin. Okay? So if sa pilos natin siya kukunin, so yung pilos natin is equal to 3 multiplied by your I squared times yung ating R. Okay? So therefore, this is now 660 is equal to 3 multiplied by I squared times yung ating R. So, saan natin kukunin yung R? Dito sa Z natin. So, that is 0.1. So, 0.1. So, therefore, I now is equal to what? Okay. Nga pala, no? Single phase pala tayo. So, hindi tayo magta-times 3 dito. Pati ako nalito na. Okay? Ayan. I squared R lang. So, therefore, this is now equal to what? So, that is square root ng 660 all over 0.1. So this is now equal to 81.2404. So 81.2404 amperes. So this is only just the magnitude. So saan pa natin kukunin yung power factor? Okay, dito sa power. Okay? So take note po, power is equal to, okay, yung ating voltage ng receiving end multiplied by yung ating I multiplied by yung ating power factor. So therefore, this is now 15,000 is equal to 240 times yung ating I, which is 81.2404, multiplied by your power factor, which is unknown. So what's now your power factor equal to? So this is now 15,000 over square root of or over 240. So wala pa tang square root of 3 dyan kasi single phase lang, no? So multiplied by your answer a while ago. So this is now equal to 0.69 or 769, I should say. 0.769. Okay, kunin na natin kagad yung angle dito. So what's your angle here? So shift arc cosine ng answer. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So this is equal to 39.707. Okay, degrees. Is this lead or lag? Okay, take note po dito. Yung ating load is capacitive. So kapag capacitive, meaning this is leading. Okay? So going back to your VS na formula, so therefore VS now is equal to VR, which is 240 plus I. Okay? So take note po, magnitude is 81.2404 bar angle. Positive kasi leading. Positive 31 or 39.709 or 07, I should say. So yan. Multiplied by 0.1 plus J.2. Okay, so what's now your VS now? Okay, so mode 2. 240 plus 81.2404 bar angle 39.707 multiplied by 0.1 plus 0.2i. So therefore, this is now equal to what? 236 plus J, 17.69, or that is J18. So this is now in volts. And therefore, the answer is letter B. Okay? So next na tayo. Number 16. So we have a 69 kV. So this is the rating, no? So rating is 69 kV. Three-phase. Short transmission line is having a length of 16 kilometers. So the line has a per phase series impedance. So yung ating per phase dito, so that is equal to 0.125 plus J 0.4375. So this is in ohm per kilometer. So ohm per kilometer. So determine the transmission efficiency where the line delivers. So yung ating S is 70 megavolt ampere. So 70 times 10 raised to 6 volt ampere. Okay, power factor is 0.8. And yung ating receiving end line-to-line voltage is 64 kV. Okay, so paano natin yan gagawin? Okay, so take note po for transmission efficiency. So that is, okay, output power over output power plus yung ating copper loss. Okay, yan. So, take note po yung copper loss natin dito. So, ang may pakialam lang dito is yung R part natin or yung resistive part lang natin. Okay? Ayan. So, take note lang rin, yung copper loss natin is equal to 3 times I per phase squared times R per phase. Okay? So, how about naman, sir, yung output power? Output power is just equal to, okay? So, kung may S na tayo, doon na lang natin kunin sa S. So, that is now S multiplied by your power factor. Okay? Ayan. So, ilagay na natin dito. So, this is now, efficiency is 70 kilo times power factor 0.8 all over 70 times 10 raised to 6 times 0.8 plus, okay, yung ating copper loss, PCU is equal to 3 times I per phase squared times R per phase. Okay, so this is now equal to what? Okay, take note, wala pa tayong I dito. So, saan natin kukunin yung I? Doon sa ating S. Okay? Doon sa ating load. Kasi siya yung magdidictate kung ilan yung kukunin niyang kuryente doon sa line. Okay? So, therefore, this is now 3 multiplied by 70 mega over square root of 3 multiplied by receiving end voltage. So, 64 kilo. So, this is the quantity squared times R per phase natin. So, this is now 0.125. So, 0.125, but this is in ohm per kilometer. So, anong gagawin natin dito sa ohm per kilometer? So, i-multiply natin ng length, which is 16 kilometers. So, therefore, PCU now is equal to what? So, 3 times 70 kilo all over square root of 3 multiplied by 64 kilo, the quantity squared, times 0.125 times 16. So, cancel lang tong kilometers dito. So, therefore, this is now, ilan ulit to? So, that is 2.3926. So, 2.3926 times 10 raised to 6 watts. So, yan yung ilalagay na natin dito. Okay? So, this is now 2.3926 times 10 raised to 6. So, this is now times 100%. Okay, so this is now 70 kilo times 0.8 over 70 kilo times 0.8 kilo pala. Mega pala to, I should say. Okay, 70 mega times 0.8 all over 70 mega times 0.8 plus answer. Okay, so times 100%. So this is now equal to 95.903. So 95.903%. And this is letter D. Okay? So, punta naman tayo sa voltage regulation. Okay? So, take note po yung ating transmission line rate is nire-regulate natin yung voltage niyan. Okay? So, kaya pumapasok dito yung voltage regulation ng transmission line. So, percent voltage regulation ng transmission line. Okay, for transmission line, so this is now equal to, okay, yung ating VS per phase minus VT per phase all over VT per phase times 100%. Or, pwede rin natin gamitin yung line-to-line parameters natin. So, percent VR is equal to VS line to line minus VT VT line to line over VT line to line times 100%. And these are all magnitude. So magnitude lahat yan. Okay? So maraming nagkakamali dito. Ini-input pati pati yung angle. Wrong yon, okay? Sinasabi ko na sa inyo. Okay? Ayan. So therefore, yan yung formula for voltage regulation. Okay, sige. Try na natin tong next problem dito. Number 17. So 16 kilovolt. So that's your or 69 kilovolts. So this is your rating. Three-phase transmission line is 50 kilometers long. So the length is 50 kilometers. The resistance per phase and the inductance per phase is this, okay? So yung Z per phase natin is equal to 0.3006 plus J 0.451. This is now in ohm per mile. So lahat yan naka-ohm per mile. So we are going to neglect the shunt capacitance, meaning this is only just a short transmission line model. Now, using the short line model, what is the voltage regulation, percent voltage regulation, when the line is supplying a three-phase load? So, yung load daw natin dito is 20 megavolt ampere, power factor 0.8 lag, and yung ating voltage line to line is 69 kV. Okay? Okay. So, paano natin yan kukunin? Okay, so take note po anong kailangan natin sa voltage regulation. So, that is Vs per phase minus VR per phase over VR per phase. Okay? So, take note po may receiving line to line na tayo dito. Pero ang problema natin wala tayong Vs. Okay? E di kunin natin ngayon yung Vs per phase. So, using per phase analysis, so therefore, yung ating Vs per phase is equal to VR per phase plus I per phase times Z per phase. Okay, ayan. So therefore, Vs per phase now is equal to VR per phase. So that is 69 times 10 raised to 3. Line to line yan. Anong gagawin lang natin? Okay, so gawing per phase. So this is now divided by square root of 3 plus or bar hanggang 0 plus yung ating I. Pero saan natin kukunin yung I? Dun sa load. Okay, siya kasi magdidictate kung ganong kuryente or ilang kuryente yung hihugutin niya sa linya. So this is now plus the quantity. So yung ating kuryente, so manggagaling sa S. Okay, so this is now 20 mega all over square root of 3 multiplied by 69 times 10 raised to 3. Tapos, maglalagay tayo dito ng bar angle. Okay, dito na tayo magkakabit ng bar angle sa power factor. So this is now lagging power factor, meaning this is negative. Okay? Negative R cosine ng 0.8. So therefore, i-multiply mo yan saan? Sa Z per phase. So that is now 0.3006 plus J 0.451 ohm per mile. So, anong gagawin pa natin dito? Okay, i-multiply pa natin ng length. Okay? So, yung length natin dito, length, so that is 50 kilometers. Then, multiply natin sa conversion factor na in 1 mile. That is 1.609 kilometers. So, ano mga magka-cancel? Mile, mile, kilometer, kilometer. Okay? Diretso ko na. Para minsanan. Vs per phase now is equal to, okay, mode 2 tayo. So, 69 times 10 raised to 3 over square root of 3 plus the quantity 20 kilo or 20 mega all over square root of 3 multiplied by 69 kV bar angle negative arc cosine ng 0.8 multiplied by 0.3006 plus 0.451 I multiplied by 50 multiplied by 1 all over 1.609 and this is now equal to, okay, gawin natin siyang polar. So, shift complex 3. So, this is now equal to 42,505. So, 42,505.33 bar angle 1.265 degrees in volts. So, yung magnitude dito, yun yung gagamitin natin na BS per phase for our voltage regulation. So, for voltage regulation now, so voltage regulation is equal to Vs per phase minus VR per phase over VR per phase. So, this is now 42,505.33 minus VR per phase. So, that is now 69 kilo over square root of 3 all over 69,000 all over square root of 3 times 100%. Okay? Mode 1 tayo. So this is now 42,505.33 minus 69 kilo over square root of 3 all over 69 kilo over square root of 3. So this is now times 100%. So this is equal to 6.698. So 6.698%. So therefore the answer is letter, okay, letter A. 6.7%. Okay? So take note, mahaba tong mga solutions natin, no? Kaya please bear with me. Okay? Ayan. So punta na tayo sa next. Number 18. So we have a three-phase short transmission line having a per phase impedance of 2 plus J4 ohms. So yung Z per phase natin is 2.2 plus J4 ohms and has an equal line-to-line receiving end and sending end voltage of 115 kilovolts. So equal yung line-to-line ng receiving and sending end voltage. Okay, yun yung magnitude. So Vs line to line is equal to your Vs per VR line to line. So that is equal to 115 kilovolts. So pwede rin nating sabihin na yung per phase per phase voltage natin magkaparehas. So yung ating Vs per phase is equal to your Okay, VR per phase, and this is now equal to 115 over square root of 3 in kilovolts. So, ilan to sa voltage natin? So, 115 kilo over square root of 3. So, that is equal to 66.395 kilovolts. Okay? Ayan. So, parehas sila. So, while as supplying a load of power factor, so yung power factor natin dito, 0.8 lead. So, find the power supplied by the line. So, ano daw yung load power dito na sinusupplyan ng linya? So, this is only just a problem of, calculator technique, okay? So, since meron na tayong VS line to line at VR line to line, okay? So, on a per phase analysis, so tulungan na natin yung calculator natin. So, since magnitude yung binigay sa atin, gawin na lang natin to in terms of magnitude, okay? So, therefore, the magnitude of your VS per phase is equal to absolute value ng, okay, yung ating VR per phase plus I per phase times Z per phase. Okay, saan natin kukunin yung ating I? Dito sa power. Okay? So, equate lang natin, no? So, therefore, this is now equal to what? So, 66.395 kV will be equal to absolute value ng 66.395 kilo bar angle 0 plus yung ating I. So, take note, 3-phase siya. So, this is now P all over square root of 3 multiplied by your voltage. That is 115 kilo multiplied by your power factor. Sir, bakit may power factor? Kasi yung nandito sa taas mo is real power. Okay? Kapag real power, meron tayo ditong power factor. Okay? Ayan. So, pero kapag S yung nasa taas dito, wala tayong power factor dun sa baba. So, this is now bar angle. Okay, leading power factor, so meaning positive, are cosine ng 0.8. So, multiplied by 2 plus J4. Okay? So, since meron tayo ditong unknown na P, so since naka-equate naman siya dito, so why not hanapin na lang natin to sa choices. So, we will use here your calculator technique. Caltech. So, using your calc method. Palabasin lang natin itong 66.395 kb using the choices. Okay? Sige, type natin sa calculator. So, mode 2 tayo. So, that is absolute value ng 66.395 kilo plus the quantity P all over square root of 3 times 115 kilo times 0.8 bar angle are cosine ng 0.8 multiplied by 2 plus 4i. Okay? So, ang gawin na lang natin dito, i-calc natin yung x. Okay? So, kakalc natin to. Okay? So, press natin yung calc. Magtatanong ng value ng x. Magtatanong ng value ng p. Okay? So, if your p is 872.8 mega, okay, times 10 raised to 6. So, ano yung magiging voltage natin? Okay, 66,531. So, ito medyo malapit to sa VS natin. Pero, tingnan pa natin kung may mas malapit pa. Okay? Try natin yung letter B. So, kung letter B yung ano natin, pinili natin, so calc lang natin yung, okay, 860.2 mega. Okay. So, this is 66,465. So, sino mas malapit sa kanila? So, take note, 395 yung decimal part natin dito, no? So, mas malapit tong letter B. Okay? So, wrong na tong letter A. Okay? Try natin si letter C. Kapag siya ay 839.2. So, calc lang natin. So, 839.2 mega. So, ilan yung magiging ano natin, VS natin? Ayun, mas malapit siya. Okay? Mas malapit na naman siya. So, 6,600 or sorry, 66,359. Mas malapit dito. 95, 59 na lang yon. O, how about letter D? Kung yan yung ginamit pa natin, so 822.4 megawatt. So this is now equal to, okay, 6,277. So medyo lumayo siya ng konti, no? So therefore, the answer is yung pinakamalapit, which is letter D. So letter C. Okay? So malayo na si letter D. Okay? So letter C yung sagot. Okay, next tayo. So, let us discuss first your maximum power of a transmission line. Bago natin to i-solve. Okay, so for maximum power of transmission line, so your Pmax is equal to 3 multiplied by your VR per phase is squared all over Z per phase is squared. Take note po, these are all in magnitude. Multiplied by the quantity, magnitude ng Vs per phase all over VR per phase, magnitude rin, times Z per phase, magnitude rin, minus R per phase. So, yan yung ating Pmax. So, ngayon, i-apply natin yan dito sa number 19. So, what is the maximum power that can be transmitted over a three-phase short transmission line having a per phase impedance? So, Z per phase natin is 0.3 plus J 0.4. If the receiving end is what? So, yung VR natin, so take note, per phase is equal to 6,351 volts per phase, and the voltage regulation is not to exceed, so not to exceed 5%. Okay? So kung not to exceed 5% lang dito, so therefore yung ratio ng VS at saka ng VR per phase is just only 1.05. Okay? Ayan siya. So apply na natin to dito. O, kunin mo natin yung magnitude nito. Ano yung magnitude ng 0.3 plus 0.4i magnitude. So this is equal to 0.5. So yung Z magnitude is 0.5. Ayan. Z magnitude ng per phase. Okay, so sige, apply natin dito. So this is now equal to what? So 3 multiplied by VR per phase. So that is now 6,351 all over Z per phase. So that is 0.5. And lahat ng to naka-squared. Multiplied by the quantity, VS per phase over VR per phase. Ito yon. So this is only just the percent voltage regulation. So this is 1.05 multiplied by Z per phase in magnitude. So this is times 0.5 minus R per phase, that is 0.3. So therefore, what's now your P max? So this is now equal to what? So therefore, this is now equal to 108.906. So 108.906 megawatts. Or that's letter C. Okay? So punta na tayo sa next. So we have your medium transmission line and the ABCD parameters. So unahin muna natin yung transmission line or medium transmission line, ABCD parameters. Okay. So take note lang po no, dito, ang ABCD parameters natin is just a shortcut for getting the yung ating VS at saka yung ating IS. Okay? So, take note lang po dito, meron tayong ABCD parameters saan? Okay, sa short transmission line, sa medium transmission line, and sa long transmission line. Okay? Ayan. So, sa short transmission line, yung ating equivalent circuit is series impedance or R plus JXL sa nominal pi. So it resembles your pi na Greek letter and yung sa ating nominal T. So that's your it resembles your letter T. Okay? Dito. How about for the long? So this is for rigorous method. So, pero hindi ko na siya i-discuss kasi wala naman masyado sa boards. Okay? Yung long transmission line. So, anina lang natin to. Pag-focusan natin tong tatlong to. Or yung dalawang to. Ayan. So, sige. Ano lang natin, no? For the ABCD parameters, so yung ating VS dito, so when we are dealing with ABCD parameters, so VS is equal to AVR plus BIR. So wherein yung ating AVR dito, these are all in vector form. So yung VS natin in vector form is equal to your A in vector form times VR in vector form plus B in vector form times IR in vector form. And also for the IS, in vector form. So this is equal to your C in vector form times yung VR natin in vector form plus D in vector form times yung ating IR in vector form. Okay? So ano yung mga values ng A, B, C, and D natin dito? So for short transmission line, so that is 1. So for B, so that is your Z. Okay? So Z, which is your impedance. Okay? Then for C naman, so that is 0 for short transmission line. And for letter D, for short transmission line, that is 1. So, ito naman sa nominal pi, so medyo mas mahirap to dito kasi magme-memorize tayo ng formula. So, we have your 1 plus 1 half YZ. So, ano yung Y natin dito? Wherein yung Y natin dito, this is the shunt admittance. Wherein that is JY. Okay? That's your JY in vector form. Okay? So 1 plus 1 half YZ for letter A. For letter B, that is Z. For letter C, so that is Y multiplied by 1 plus 1/4 of YZ. And lastly, for letter D is 1 plus 1 half times Y times Z. Okay, so we have also your nominal T dito. So, ito siya. So, parehas lang sa nominal pi, no? 1 plus 1 half times y times z. Pero dito sa b magbabago. Okay? So, dito lang naman magbabago sa parameters ng mga to. Okay? So, your z or b now is equal to z multiplied by 1 plus 1/4 times y times z. And we have your c that is y. And for your d, so that is 1 plus 1 half times y times z. Ayan. So sa long, hindi ko na siya i-discuss sa inyo kasi hindi naman masyado. Okay, ito sa board exam. Okay? Pero unfortunately, yung ABCD parameters natin is hindi natin yan magagamit all the time. Bakit kanyo? So, merong mga problem tayo na hindi natin magagamitan nito. Like for example, yung transmission efficiency. So kapag binigyan tayo ng problem na transmission efficiency, kailangan natin siyang i-analyze. Kasi ang gusto natin makuha kapag sa efficiency is yung, okay, kuryente dito sa linya. Okay? So lalong-lalo na dito. So yung I-line natin. Okay? So yan yung pinagfo-focusan natin dito. Yung power loss dun sa R natin. Okay? Katulad nung problem natin dito sa number 20. Okay, so we have a 60 Hertz, three-phase transmission line delivers 20 MVA. So yung S natin dito is 20 times 10 raised to 6 volt ampere. And yung ating load dito, so VR line to line is equal to 66 kilovolts and 0.8 power factor lag. So the total series impedance of each line, so yung Z per phase natin, is equal to 15 plus J75 ohms. Take note, if a nominal pi circuit is used, so as you can see in the figure, ito siya, nominal pi. Okay. So what would be the transmission efficiency if the admittance is J6 times 10 raised to negative 4 moles? Okay? Ayan. So, paano kaya yan? So, for transmission efficiency, so this is now, we will use here your circuit analysis. Okay, medyo madugo-dugo to. Okay. So, take note po for efficiency kasi, bakit madugukan nyo? Kailangan natin ng kuryente dito sa I-line natin. So, yung efficiency natin is equal to what? So that's your output power over output power plus your copper loss. Ito yung nagpapahirap dito, yung copper loss. Kasi nga this is now 3 times yung ating I line squared times R per phase. Okay? So dito tayo magfo-focus. Ano to? Okay? Ano yung portion na to? Okay. So sige. Kunin lang natin yung kuryente dito muna. So paano natin makukuha yung kuryente dyan? So on a per phase analysis basis, so this is your receiving end per phase current. IR per phase is equal to S all over square root of 3 times yung ating receiving end line voltage. So this is now 20 mega over square root of 3 ng 66 times 10 raised to 3. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So this is now equal to 174.95 or 954 or 955 na lang sabihin natin. So 174.955 amperes. Okay. So convert natin yan sa vector form. So therefore this is now equal to 174.955 bar angle negative arc cosine ng 0.8. Or this is now equal to 174.955 bar angle. So, arc cosine 9.8. So, this is equal to 36.87. So, this is negative 36.87 degrees in amperes. So, saan natin yan gagamitin sa pagkuha ng ating I-line dito? Pero ang problema pa natin is that wala pa tayong kuryente dito. Dito sa IY natin. So, paano natin kukunin yan? Okay, yung kuryente dito sa IY. Simple lang. Okay, as you can see dito, yung load natin is nakaparallel dun sa ating capacitor. Tama po ba? And kapag nakaparallel yan, ano po ang mag-i-equal sa kanila? Yung voltage. Kung anong voltage dun sa ating load, yun rin yung voltage dito sa may, parallel. Okay, so therefore, makukuha na natin yung ating IY. So this is now equal to V over VR per phase all over XC per phase. Okay, or that is now equal to VR per phase multiplied by your Y per phase. Pero this is now divided by 2. Okay, take note po for nominal pi, this is over 2. Okay, ayan. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So 66 times 10 raised to 3 all over square root of 3 multiplied by J times 6 times 10 to the negative 4 all over 2. So ilan to? So 66 kilo over square root of 3 multiplied by 6 times 10 to the negative 4 over 2. So this is J, 11.432. So J, 11.432 amperes. Then para makuha natin yung I-line, anong gagawin lang natin? Okay, yung I-line is equal to your IY plus IR per phase. Okay? So therefore, I-line is equal to IR per phase plus IY. So pagplasin lang natin tong dalawang to. So ilan yan? So mode 2. 174.955 bar angle negative 36.87 plus 11.432i. So, in in polar form, this is equal to, okay, 168.344 bar angle negative 33.756 amperes. Okay, so ano nang gagawin natin dito? Okay, pwede na natin siyang gamitan ng efficiency. Okay? Kasi nga, yung ating copper loss, makukuha na natin. So, take note po, yung P loss natin, that is equal to 3 times I line squared times R per phase. Okay? So, transmission efficiency is output power over output power plus yung ating P loss. So, this is now equal to output power. So, dito lang natin yung kunin sa S. So, this is now 20 times 10 raised to 6 times yung ating power factor. Ilan yun? 0.8 all over 20 times 10 raised to 6 times 0.8 plus yung ating losses. So, this is now 3 multiplied by 168.344 squared multiplied by R per phase. So, ilan yon? So, that is 15 times 100%. So, this is now equal to what? So, this is now equal to 92.62%. So, 92.62%. Or this is letter. So, 92.62 is approximately letter D. Diba ang saya? Okay? Ayan. Okay, so number 21. So, we have 132 kV. So, this is your VRLL. So 132 kV, 60 Hertz, three-phase transmission line, delivers a load. So yung ating output power dito, so P out is equal to 50 megawatts and yung power factor natin is 0.8 lagging. And this is at the receiving end. So the generalized constants of the transmission line are, so A is equal to D, that is equal to point, paki-troubleshoot lang to, so this is now 0.95. So 0.95 bar angle 1.4, B is equal to 96 bar angle 78, and that is, yung C natin is equal to 0.0015 bar angle 90. So, determine the sending end line voltage or yung ating VSLL. So, pero bago natin makuha yung VSLL, so kunin muna natin yung VS per phase using the generalized parameters. So, this is now VS per phase is equal to A times yung ating VR per phase plus B times yung ating IR per phase. Okay? So, therefore, this is now equal to what? So, VS per phase is equal to yung ating A, which is 0.95 bar angle 1.4 multiplied by your VR per phase. Meron tayong line-to-line na binigay dito. So, anong gagawin lang natin dyan? Gawin natin per phase. So, this is now 132 kilo all over square root of 3 bar angle 0 plus yung ating B. So that is 96 bar angle 78 multiplied by Okay, yung ating IR per phase. So this is now, saan natin yung kukunin? Sa flying power natin or output power. So this is now 50 megawatts all over square root of 3. So hindi kasya, no? Move ko lang. Okay? So that is 50 times 10 raised to 6 over square root of 3 multiplied by 132 kilo multiplied by 0.8. Then kabitan natin ang angle. Bar angle, negative r cosine ng 0.8. Okay, so therefore, what's now your VS per phase? So that is 0.95 bar angle 1.4 multiplied by the quantity 132 kilo over square root of 3 plus 96 bar angle 78 multiplied by 50 mega over square root of 3 multiplied by 132 times 10 raised to 3 times 0.8. Bar angle, negative r cosine ng 0.8. So therefore, this is now in polar form. This is equal to 94,089.7 or 67, I should say. Bar angle 11.66. Ngayon, hindi pa yan yung gusto natin. Gusto natin maging line-to-line voltage. So therefore, VSLL is equal to square root of 3 ng VS per phase. Okay, so therefore, this is now square root of 3 multiplied by 94,089.68. So kunin lang natin yung magnitude niyan. So therefore, i-multiply natin na square root of 3. So therefore, this is now, okay, 162,000 kilovolts or that is 162.97 kilovolts. So letter C. Okay? Next tayo, number 22. So a three-phase 115 kilovolts, 60 hertz transmission line has a per phase series impedance Z that is equal to 0.05 plus J.45 ohm per kilometer and a per phase shunt admittance Y that is equal to J 3.4 times 10 raised to negative 6 Siemens or mho per kilometer. Okay, the line is 120 kilometers long using the nominal pi model. So, nominal pi. So, determine the transmission line D constant. So, ano daw yung D? So, going back to our notes here. So, ano yung D natin? So, using the nominal pi method. So, ito, nominal pi. So, ang D dito is 1 plus 1 half times Y times Z. Okay? So, take note po, yung D is equal to 1 plus 1 half times Y times Z. Pero take note po dito, as you can see, yung D, C at saka Y dito is naka per kilometer pa. So, we need to eradicate this kilometer by multiplying the length of the transmission line. So, therefore, D now is equal to 1 plus 1 half multiplied by J times 3.4 times 10 to the negative 6 mho per kilometer. Multiply lang natin yan by 120 kilometers. Then, i-multiply pa natin yan ng Z. Okay, so this is now multiplied by 0.05 plus J.45 ohm per kilometer, i-multiply pa natin yan ng 120 kilometers. Okay? So, para mag-cancel dito yung per kilometer. Okay? So, therefore, what's now your D equal to? So, 1 plus 0.5 times I. Okay, tayo naka-complex. 1 plus 0.5 times 3.4 times 10 to the negative 6I times 120 multiplied by 0.05 plus 0.45I times 120. And therefore, the answer is this. So, 0.9889 plus 1.224 times 10 to the negative 3I. Or this is letter, okay, letter C. Okay, number 23. So, search impedance of the transmission line is given by, so this is your ZO, no? Okay, and your ZO here is referring to your search impedance or the characteristic impedance. So, saan nga ba ito ginagamit? Sa transient analysis ng transmission line. Kasi nga po, once na meron po tayong surge ng voltage dun sa transmission line natin, so meron at merong babalik or merong reflection na babalik dun sa sending end. Okay? So, ito yung gamit nun. Okay? So, dito na pumapasok yung search impedance. So, yung ZO natin dito is equal to the square root of L over C. So, take note po, lagi itong lumalabas sa board exam. Okay? Search impedance. So, letter D. Okay, number 24. So, underground cables na tayo. So, a 3-cord shield sheet cable is being tested at 15 kilovolts. So, that's your line-to-line, no? V line, 15 kilovolts. Take note po, ang cable natin is a 3-core cable. So, the capacitance measured between any two conductors is 0.2 microfarad per kilometer. Okay, so take note po, between any two conductors. So, meaning this is your line-to-line capacitance. Okay, so let's say that is CAB. So, this is equal to 0.2 microfarad per kilometer. Now, we are going to get the charging current or ICH per kilometer of the cable at F equal to 60 Hertz. Okay? So, paano nga ba natin kukunin yung charging current? So, for a charging current of an underground cable, so that is ICH is equal to omega CN times yung ating V per phase. Pero take note po, yung ating CN dito, this is your capacitance to neutral. And yung V per phase natin dito, per phase voltage. How about yung omega dito? This is equal to 2 pi F. Yan. So, ang available lang natin dito is your line-to-line capacitance. Okay? Hindi siya, ano no, hindi siya line to neutral or capacitance to neutral. So, paano natin yan kukunin? Okay? So, take note po for a 3-core cable. Okay, yung ating capacitance to neutral is equal to twice ng ating capacitance of the line to line. Okay, so this is now equal to twice ng 0.2 microfarad per kilometer. So therefore, this is now 0.4 microfarad per kilometer. So therefore, this is now ICH is equal to omega. So that is 2 pi times F, that is 60 Hertz, times yung ating Cn, so that is 0.4 micro. So 0.4 times 10 to the negative 6 farad per kilometer, times yung ating voltage, that is per phase. So this is now 15 kilo over square root of 3. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So 2 pi times 60. So 2 pi times 60 times 0.4 micro times 15 times 10 to the 3 over square root of 3. So ilan to? So this is equal to 1.306. So 1.306 ampere per kilometer. So therefore, this is letter B. Okay? So punta na tayo sa next problem. Number 25. So a lead sheet cable for underground services has a copper conductor with diameter that is 0.35 inches is surrounded by 0.2 inch wall of rubber insulation. So kumbaga ganito siya, no? So ito yung ating cross section ng cable. Okay? Yan. So nandito yung conductor sa gitna, no? Yan. So, yung diameter daw natin dito ng cable is ito. Ayusin ko lang. So, that is equal to 0.35 inch. And that is surrounded by 0.2 inch wall of rubber insulation. So, ito. At saka to. So, 0.2 inch. Ayan. So, assuming a dielectric constant of dielectric constant of 4.3 for rubber, so yung ER natin, 4.3, calculate the capacitance of the cable. Okay, so for cables, yung ating capacitance is equal to what? Okay, so that is equal to 2 pi EO, ER, all over ln ng diameter out natin or outside diameter over diameter ng inside diameter. Okay, so this is now farad per meter. So D out ulit. Ulitin ko lang. So this is your outside diameter. And yung D in natin, this is your inside diameter. Okay? So therefore, this is now 2 pi times constant 32 times 4.3 all over ln ng D out. So, pagplasin lang natin lahat to. D out na yon. So, this is now equal to 0.35 plus 0.2 plus 0.2. This is in inches. All over inside diameter ng 0.35. And this is now in farad per meter. So, ilan to? So 2 pi times constant 32 times 4.3 all over ln ng 0.35 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 all over 0.35. So this is now equal to 3.138 times 10 to the negative 10 farad per meter. Pero ang gusto kasi natin dito is naka-farad per mile. So ano gagawin lang natin? We convert meter to mile. Okay? So convert lang natin. So take note po, in 1 mile, that is 1,609 meters. Okay? So therefore, this is now equal to what? So times lang natin ng 1,609. So this is now equal to, okay, 5.0503 times 10 to the negative 7 farad per mile, or in per microfarad. So press lang natin yung shift N. So ito na siya. Okay? So what's now your C? So that is equal to 0.505 times 10 to the negative 6 farad per mile. So take note po yung ating times 10 to the negative 6 dito. This is micro. Okay, so therefore the answer is letter B. Okay, letter B yung sagot dito. Next tayo. Number 26. Okay, punta na tayo sa string efficiency. Okay. So take note po, for mechanical aspects of transmission lines, so mini-measure natin yung string efficiency or yung kakayahan ng ating mga disc insulators para mag-carry ng high voltage wires natin. So as you can see no dito, yung mga ano natin dito, transmission tower may disc insulator siya. Then, yung disc insulators na yun, magke-carry siya ng voltage. Okay? And take note po, i-measure natin yung string efficiency ng mga yan. Okay? Kasi nga, kapag hindi reliable yung mga yan, ang mangyari or chances are, mapuputol yung ating mga insulators. Okay, dito. Kasi nga, ang characteristic ng isang high voltage conductor natin is that nangihila yan or mataas yung tension yan dito. So tendency mahihila ito. So therefore, meron at meron ditong um, stressed. Okay? Nasi-stress yung mga ano natin dito, connections natin dito. Okay? Ayan. Now, for the string efficiency, this is now equal to voltage across the string all over N multiplied by voltage across the disc nearest the conductor, where your N is the number of discs in the string. Or this is now equal to your total voltage over N multiplied by your, V nearest. So, yung total voltage natin dito is just the sum of the voltages here. Okay? Ayan. So, VT is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 dot dot dot. Okay, kung marami pa tayong mga ano dito, mga disk, okay? So, yung V nearest natin is yung voltage dun na mas malapit or yung pinakamalapit sa may conductor natin. Okay? So, yan. Sige. Punta na tayo dito sa number 26. Okay, medyo mahaba-haba to. Okay, so a string of three insulators is used to suspend one conductor of 33 kV three-phase overhead line. So that's your voltage, 33 kV. So the air capacitance between each pin or cap junction and the tower is 1/10 ng capacitance of each unit. So take note po, yung air capacitance daw natin is equal to 1/10 ng kada unit. Okay? Ayan. So yung air capacitance natin dito, this is the shunt capacitance. Okay? Ayan. So determine the string efficiency and string. So ano ulit yung end string? So that is your total voltage all over n multiplied by your nearest voltage in your conductor. Okay? Ayan. So sige. So saan dito yung air capacitance or yung shunt capacitance? So ito po siya. So ito always going to the neutral. Ito kasi neutral to. Itong portion na to. Ayan, neutral siya. So, take note lang dito, always yung kuryente natin, always going to the neutral. Okay? So, ano yung mga voltages natin dito? Okay, we have V1, we have V2, we have V3. So, yung V3 natin, that's the nearest, ano natin, nearest voltage natin going to your conductor. Kasi siya yung nagkikerry ng mas stress siya dito. Okay? Kasi nga, siya yung mas malapit sa high voltage conductor natin. Okay? Ayan. So, ano pa? Okay, yung mga kuryente natin. So, always going to the neutral yan. So, dito. Papunta siya dito. Pag ganyan, kumbaga. Okay? So, yan yung kuryente natin. So, pag ganyan. Pataas, pataas, pataas. So, let's call this as I1, I2, I3. Okay, ano pa? Yung kuryente dito sa may air capacitance or shunt capacitance, ito, tsaka to. Okay, so let's call this as small letter I1, small letter I2, then small letter I3. Okay? Okay, so paano na natin kukunan ng voltages yan dito? Okay, so using your KCL. So KCL at V1, so therefore that is now equal to what? Summation of currents entering V1 is equal to summations of currents leaving V1. So that is now I2 is equal to capital I1 plus I1, small letter I1. But take note po, yung ating I dito, this is equal to omega C times yung ating voltage. Okay? So therefore, apply natin dito. So this is now omega times C. Okay? Multiplied by V2 is equal to yung ating I1 naman. So that is omega C times yung ating V1. Plus, okay, yung small letter I natin dito. So that is equal to omega multiplied by your C air multiplied by your V. So this is now omega times yung ating um voltage or sorry, yung ating C air. So that is 1 over 10 ng unit capacitor natin. So C multiplied by V1. So ano mga magka-cancel dito? So lahat merong omega. So magka-cancel na to. Ano pa? Lahat may C. Cancel na yan. So ang matitira na lang is V2 is equal to V1 plus 1 over 10 V1. Or that is equal to what? So V1 plus 1 over 10 V1 is 1.1 V1. So this is your equation 1. So yan yung voltage dito sa V1 natin. So ang trend nito is habang papalapit ng papalapit sa conductor natin dito sa sa high voltage conductor natin, papataas yung tension niyan. So mamaya makikita natin as you dito sa computation natin. Okay? Okay, so punta na tayo sa V2 natin. So therefore, if we are going to take KCL at V2, so therefore, summation of currents entering is equal to currents leaving. So that is now currents entering. So that is I3 is equal to leaving. So that is I2 plus small letter I2. Okay? So therefore, okay, kung i-apply natin tong mga to dito sa ating KCL, so this is now omega times C times yung ating V dun sa ating third node voltage is equal to omega times C times yung ating V dun sa ating second. Pero dito sa ating I2, ang ating trend is ganito. So since yung ating I1 dito kanina is going to neutral dito sa portion na to, so paganyan lang siya. Okay? So, pero when it turns to I2 natin dito, so ito, so manggagaling yan saan? Sa neutral, going to neutral. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, dadaanan niya lahat ng mga voltages natin. So, this is now plus omega times that is 1 over 10 C multiplied by yung voltages natin dito from the neutral going to dito. Okay, so this is now V1 plus V2 going to the neutral close parenthesis. So therefore, this is now V1 plus V2 close parenthesis. Okay? So, ano mga magka-cancel dito? Omega, omega, omega. Ano pa? Yung C. Cancel rin yan. So, ano matitira? So, therefore, this is now V3 is equal to V2 plus 1 over 10 ng V1 plus V2. Okay? Or this is now equal to 1.1 ng V2 plus 0.1 ng V1. Okay? But take note po, V2 is equal to 1.1 ng V1. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So this is now 1.1 V2. So that is now 1.1 ng V1 plus 0.1 ng V1. So this is now equal to what? So 1.1 times 1.1 plus 0.1. So therefore, that is 1.31 ng V1. So that is equal to your V3. And this is also your V nearest. Ito na yon. So this is now equal to your V nearest. Kasi siya yung pinakamalapit sa conductor natin. Okay. Kung kukunin natin yung total voltage natin dito, so this is now equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay? So, ito, plus ito. Okay? So, therefore, this is now equal to what? So, this is equal to V1 plus V2. But what is V2? 1.1 ng V1 plus V3. So, that is 1.31 ng V1. So, therefore, this is now equal to what? So, 1 plus 1.1 plus 1.31. So, therefore, this is equal to 3.41 ng V1. Okay? So, applying your string efficiency, so n string now is equal to V total all over n multiplied by your nearest conductor voltage. So, this is now equal to 3.41 V1 all over how many disk? Ilang disk meron tayo dito? 3 insulators. So, n is equal to 3. So, all over 3 times yung nearest voltage natin, that is 1.31 V1. So, magka-cancel lang dito yung V1, no? So, this is now 3.41 all over 3 times 1.31. So, therefore, this is now equal to 0.8677. So, 0.8677 or this is equal to 86.77%. Or that is letter, okay, letter A. 86.8, nearest to 86.8. Okay? So, next tayo. Number 27. So, pero bago yan, discuss muna natin itong corona. Ano nga ba ang corona? So, kailan nga ba nagkakaroon ng corona in transmission lines? Okay? So, that is the ionization of air surroundings the high voltage transmission line causing the conductors to glow, producing a hissing noise. Okay, yung ugong niya. Yan yung corona discharge. So, as you can see no dito, for example, okay, ito nangyayari to sa mga high voltage transmission lines natin. So, parang maganda siya, pero maganda siya sa paningin, okay? Pero hindi maganda yan for a transmission line, okay? So that's your corona discharge or corona effect. Okay? So ito nagpababa ng reliability ng system natin kasi nga merong losses due to corona dito, okay? So, kailan nga ba tayo nagkakaroon ng corona ulit? So, kapag meron tayong ionized air na napadpad dito, okay? Mostly humid air, okay? Yung ano dyan. So, maiiwasan ba natin yan? Sometimes, okay? Maiiwasan natin siya. In what aspect? So, kailangan lang natin ayusin yung transmission lines natin, okay? So, actually, itong corona kasi epekto ng environment natin. Okay? Dahil nga sa air. Okay? Ionized air. Okay? Kaya medyo hindi na siya maiiwasan talaga. Pero, however, so kung maganda yung ano mo, yung environment mo, or pinagtayuan mo ng transmission tower mo, or yung dinaanan ng linya natin, kaganda pa yan. Okay? Ayan. So, sige. Let's move on to your analysis in corona. So, ito yung power loss due to corona. Okay? So, yung P loss per phase is equal to 2.42.2 multiplied by your F plus 25 over delta times the square root of R over D multiplied by V per phase minus VC, the quantity squared, times 10 raised to negative 5 kilowatts per kilometer. Ang haba, di ba? Okay? Pero take note po, kasi lumabas na to ng board exam, ang mga problems lang related to corona is that, okay? So, yung relationship lang na to. Okay? Kasi etong mga to, magiging constant to. Okay? So your P loss is equal or is directly proportional to, okay, V per phase minus VC, the quantity squared. So wherein yung V per phase dito, so this is the supply voltage and your VC is the critical disruptive voltage. Okay? So ito lang. Okay? Yan lang yung kailangan natin. So sige. Punta na tayo sa number 27. Okay. So, a 500 kilovolt line has a total corona loss of 280 kilowatts. Okay, so line-to-line voltage, 500 kilovolts. So, yung P corona is 280 kilowatts. So, when energized at 230 kV, so meron siyang condition number 2. So, yung line-to-line voltage natin dito is 230 kV. The corona loss is 42 kilowatts. What will be the corona loss? Okay, parang ano yata to mali. Ayan. What will be the corona loss if used to transmit power at a voltage of 385 kilovolts? So ano daw yung P corona at V LL that is equal to 385 kilovolts. Okay? Sir, paano to? Okay, take note po dito. Isa lang yung hindi magbabago dito. Okay? Which is yung critical disruptive voltage. Okay? So, yun yung kailangan natin kunin. Kasi sa, ano natin, for your ratio and proportion in corona losses, so yung ating P corona is directly proportional to the supply voltage minus your critical disruptive voltage, the quantity squared. Yan. So, ito yung hahanapin natin muna bago natin solve yung corona. So, ang gawin na lang natin dito is that paghambingin natin yung 1 at saka 2. So, therefore, corona at second condition over corona at condition number 1 is equal to B per phase, B per phase 2 minus BC, the quantity squared, all over B per phase 1 minus VC, the quantity squared. So therefore, this is now equal to what? So this is now 42 kilowatts over 280 kilowatts is equal to, okay, yung ating V per phase na dito in the second condition. So this is now 230 over square root of 3 minus VC, the quantity squared, all over yung ating condition 1. So that is 500 over square root of 3 minus VC, the quantity squared. So therefore, what's now your VC equal to? So 42 over 280 is equal to 230 over square root of 3 minus x, the quantity squared, over 500 over square root of 3 minus x, the quantity squared. So, ilan yung critical disruptive voltage? 34.25. So, 34.25 kilovolts. Okay? Ayan. So, punta na natin yung condition number 3. Okay? So, it's either 1 and 3 yung gamitin mo dito or 2 and 3 yung gamitin mo dito. Okay? So, gamitin ko na lang yung 1 and 3. Okay? So, using ratio and proportion pa rin. So, P is or P corona is directly proportional to supply voltage minus VC, the quantity squared. Okay? So, therefore, this is now equal to what? Okay, so 1 and 3. So, P corona 3. So, yun yung hinahanap natin. All over P corona 1 is equal to, okay, V per phase in the third condition minus VC, the quantity squared, all over V per phase in condition 1 minus VC in the quantity squared. So, therefore, this is now P corona 3 over P corona 1, 280 kilowatts is equal to yung ating third voltage. So, 385. This is over square root of 3 minus 34.25 na quantity squared all over yung ating first condition na voltage. So, 500. So, 500 over square root of 3 minus 34.25 the quantity squared. So, therefore, corona loss in the third condition is ilan? So, 280 multiplied by, so 385 over square root of 3 minus 34.25 squared all over 500 over square root of 3 minus 34.25 squared. So that is now equal to 152.92 or 93, sabihin na lang natin. So 152.93 kilowatts. And that's letter, okay, letter B. Okay? So, up next yung ano no per unit analysis ninyo. Okay? So, next video na yon.